Hey there, Mr. Thayer from the Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship, back with a third grade math lesson. We are looking at Module 5, Lesson 29. We're comparing fractions with the same numerator using the greater than, less than, and equal sign, and to use a model of reason about their size. So today, we are going to compare some fractions. We're going to look at some pictures. We are going to make some pictures, and we're also going to make a number line, and then we are going to use that greater than, less than, and equal sign to kind of figure out the fraction and write it correctly. Again, that greater than, less than sign, equal sign, that's kindergarten stuff where I remember teaching kindergarten and talking about the alligator eating up the bigger number, all right? So in our case today, we want to see what we have and then put the right symbol in there to represent the math statement and make sure that it is correct, okay? So we have three options or three outcomes: greater than, less than, or equal. And equal, like I said, shows that they are both the same on both sides. So let's start off with a label. We have label the shaded fraction. So I already went ahead and I colored everything in here. All right, and as you can see, we have, first off, our circle here represents where our symbol is going to go. But before we do that, let's go through and let's set up two fractions here. So first thing I want to do is I want to count how many pieces I have. So I want to get my denominator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so I counted up how many pieces I had for my denominator there. My numerator is going to represent how many pieces are highlighted or are colored in. I know it's a little bit tough to see, but right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So that picture represents 5/12. There's 5 of those 12 that are colored in. You can see from there. I know it's a little bit tough, but there's 5 pieces there. Okay? Let's turn our attention to the second drawing we have here. All right? First off, let's find the denominator. Let's see how many pieces we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 pieces here. Okay? 6 pieces. How many are colored in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 colored in. Okay? So we want to know which one is greater than, which one is less than. Obviously, they're not equal. You can look at the pictures, and they are not equal. So what I like to do is I like to look at the shaded areas here, and you can see that the 5/6 one has a lot more shading into it. You can see a lot more is taken up. So I want to come over here and I want to eat. I want to have that big mouth eating up that 5/6. So that's how I put that in there. So let's read that though. Let's read it. So 5/12 is less than 5/6. That's how we would read it. 5/12 is less than 5/6. And that is just taking what we're given. We're given that fraction, we're counting them up, we're doing the pieces, and we're doing the math and figuring out that 5/12 is less than 5/6. All right? Okay, kind of got frozen there for a second here. Just to go over what we had here. We had 2/4. My denominator is 4, my numerator is 2. 2/4 in there. And then I had 2/9. 2 pieces were colored in out of 9. 2/4 greater than 2/9 on that second problem. Okay, very simple. That one is very simple. We're going to look at this 2 more ways. We're going to look at the number line. I want to look at putting some fractions on the number line here. And then we're just going to measure them on the number line. Again, this is just understanding what's being asked of you and setting it up. So we have 2/6 and we have 2/3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline. This top one is going to be in thirds. I'm going to break this down into thirds, and I'm going to break this one down into sixths. Okay, so for thirds, I'm going to make a cut here and a cut here. Okay, so right here, this represents 0/3. This next cut is, oh boy, this next cut is 1/3. This cut is 2/3. And our whole over here is 3/3. Okay? So I set up my thirds right there. Perfect. Now let's break this up into sixths over here. you're going to see some equivalent fractions here. So we know right here we got 0 over 6. We have 1 over 6. We have 2 over 6. There's an equivalent fraction for you right there. Okay? Actually, I got to put 3 over 6 here. Need another mark in there. 4 over 6. There's another equivalent fraction. 5 over 6 and 6 over 6. So I split that up. I split those number lines into thirds into sixths. So now we just got to plot them and just see what's longer. So our first plot is 2 sixths. So 2 sixths is right here. Put a dot right there for 2 sixths. Okay? And our next one is 2 thirds. And 2 thirds is right here. Okay? So just looking at the number line, 2 sixths represents from here to here. And 2 thirds represents from here all the way to here. So we know that 2 thirds is bigger. 2 sixths is less than 2 thirds. So we want to eat up the big side over here. Okay? So 2 sixths is less than 2 thirds. Okay? 2 thirds, we're eating up the big side there. 2 sixths is less than. Let's read that. 2 sixths is less than 2 thirds. Okay? Great. Again, these are more issues of, there's more things of reps. I always say reps and actually just getting down and dirty and working on them. You'll get that chance in the exit ticket to do that. So here we have 7/10 and 7/8. 7/10 and 7/8. And I'm going to use a little tape diagram here to show you what that looks like. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to do the tenths. Let's break this tape measure, this tape piece into 10 pieces here. And I kind of got them marked out. Let's count them to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And the bottom ones here, let's break this tape into 8s. Okay. Make sure we have 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So we're going to color that in. Let me change markers here. Let's see if I got the... Of course, that's not the marker I wanted to get. There we go. Fixed it right here. So let's fill it in. So right here, we're going to go 7/10. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So right here is, that's 7/10 right there. Kind of did that just so we could see it. Now we need 7/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is 7/8 right there. And if you look at it, you can tell that one goes from here to here. This one goes from here to here. And you can tell that the 7/10 is smaller than, is less than the 7/8. So how would we write that? We put it in like this. We want that end right there. We're going to eat up the 7/8 side. So let's read that. We have 7/10 is less than 7/8. 7/10 is less than 7/8. Okay, and that is using the tape model to answer those questions. So what I want you to do is head over to the exit ticket. There is a couple more review models coming up on these examples. Head over there into the exit ticket, answer those questions, and I will hit you back with some feedback soon. Thanks.